In the tapestry of my life, I was an accountant, far removed from the dramas of the medical world. My days were spent poring over spreadsheets and crunching numbers, a life of routine and predictability. Little did I know that a chance encounter with the night shift at St. Jude's Hospital would plunge me into a nightmarish ordeal beyond my wildest imagination. The hospital at night was a realm of subdued lighting and hushed whispers. I had agreed to help a friend, a nurse, by delivering some paperwork that had been left behind. What should have been a routine task turned into a descent into darkness that would forever alter the course of my life. As I navigated the dimly lit corridors, the soft glow of the overhead lights cast an eerie pallor over the surroundings. The air was heavy with an inexplicable tension, and a feeling of unease settled over me like a weight. I quickened my pace, eager to complete my task and return to the familiar comfort of the outside world. The sound of footsteps echoed through the corridor, a haunting rhythm that seemed to mimic my own. I turned, expecting to see a fellow employee, but the corridor was empty. A chill raced down my spine, and a sense of foreboding settled over me like a shroud. I reached the door marked storage, the place where the paperwork was supposed to be. With a deep breath, I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room was a labyrinth of shelves laden with medical supplies and equipment, their outlines distorted in the low light. As I moved deeper into the room, a shiver ran down my spine, and I could feel the weight of an unseen gaze upon me. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end, and a feeling of dread settled over me like a suffocating fog. And then I heard it, a whisper, soft and insidious, like a serpent's hiss. My heart raced, and a chill swept through me as I strained to make out the words. They were indistinct, a garbled mixture of syllables that sent a shiver down my spine. Panic seized me, and I turned to leave, my footsteps echoing through the room as I retraced my path. But the door I had entered through was nowhere to be found. A wave of terror washed over me, and I could feel the room closing in around me like a trap. I stumbled through the shelves, my heart pounding in my chest as the whispering grew louder, more insistent. The words seemed to seep into my mind, a malevolent presence that threatened to consume my sanity. "Stay! Don't go!" The voice was a chilling whisper, a siren's call that sought to ensnare me in its grasp. I fought against the compulsion, my mind a whirlwind of fear and confusion. Time became distorted, the minutes stretching into an eternity as I struggled to find a way out. The whispering grew louder, a cacophony of voices that seemed to mock and taunt me. Shadows danced along the walls, their forms shifting and contorting in unnatural ways. I stumbled upon a door at the far end of the room, my fingers fumbling for the handle. With a desperate tug, the door swung open, revealing a corridor that seemed to stretch endlessly before me. My heart raced as I sprinted down the corridor, the whispering voices echoing in my ears. I burst through a set of double doors, my breath ragged, my body trembling with exhaustion and fear. I found myself in a familiar hallway, the soft glow of the overhead lights a welcome reprieve from the oppressive darkness. But my relief was short-lived. A figure stood at the far end of the hallway, its form shrouded in shadow. My heart sank as I recognized the figure, the nurse who had asked for my help. She beckoned me forward, her voice a haunting melody that seemed to reverberate through the air. "Come to me." I should have known. I should have realized that something was amiss. But fear had clouded my judgment, and I stumbled forward, my steps guided by an irresistible compulsion. As I drew closer, the nurse's form seemed to shift and contort, her features twisting into a grotesque mockery of humanity. My breath caught in my throat, and I tried to turn away, to flee from the nightmarish apparition before me. But it was too late. A cold, skeletal hand reached out for me, its grip like ice against my skin. I struggled, my screams echoing through the empty hallway, but the nurse's grip was unyielding. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, it was over. The nurse's form disintegrated into smoke, her presence evaporating into the air. I stumbled back, my heart pounding, my body drenched in sweat. I was alone, the hospital's walls seemingly exhaling a collective sigh. The ordeal was over, but the memory would forever haunt my dreams. As I walked away from the hospital, the first light of dawn painted the sky in shades of pink and gold. The world seemed different somehow, as if I had glimpsed a reality beyond the veil of the ordinary. As I stepped into the warmth of the morning sun, I knew that I had faced something beyond comprehension,